David Pearl, 79 Main Street. I'd like to comment on the comment that was in the paper Sunday regarding the removal of the chief. I was at that meeting Thursday night. There were 6 people in that room. 5 of those people were covered under 91A. Only one person was not, and that would have been the chief. So there is, other than someone violating 91A, there's only one person that could disseminate information from that meeting. To see the town council chair make the statement in the Sunday paper with specifics about an investigation, pending investigation, and audit results, made me ask the question, where did he get that information? There has been no information publicly released that the chief is under investigation. I have been to every meeting, I've recorded every meeting. There has been no public announcement that the chief is under investigation. When I asked Mr. Cyrek, did you get the information from the chief? He denied it. When I asked him where he got the information, he said it was assumptions gathered from all of his knowledge about the situation. I asked him if he thought that was appropriate to make a statement, an official statement as a town official to the newspaper based on assumption. And he said yes. And that really concerns me. Had he said no and retracted the statement, I wouldn't be sitting here. But for the town council chair to defend the position that it's okay for him to make assumptions and then put that out in the media as the official position of the town is irresponsible. He has also, whether inadvertently or deliberately, violated the chief's privacy. Because the chief's privacy was protected. He was the only one that could say whether or not he was on leave, fired, disciplined, or what. None of the other people in that room could say that. So by him assuming that and making it part of the record, the town has now gone on the record in the union leader that the chief is under investigation and that his suspension is pending that investigation and the outcome of the audit. Now, how do we know that's true? When I confronted Mr. Schenkel about that, he told me that he's called the chief and other town leaders that are familiar with the situation. The other town leaders that are familiar with the position, I'm sorry, Mr. Cyrek, not Mr. Schenkel. When I called Mr. Cyrek about that and he told me that, my first reaction was, he's now confirming with a person that's been removed and the person that 2 days prior to being removed made a dishonest statement in a public meeting to me, which was confirmed by Mr. Clorian, which was just referred to by Mr. Downer. And the people that he's saying that he confirmed with the other town leaders, it was impossible for any of them to have firsthand knowledge because they were not in the room at the meeting. So to use a confirmation from someone who at best could have secondhand knowledge is meaningless as well. So we are now left with the town position being set by the chief that we removed, probably for disciplinary reasons. There was no need to do that. Mrs. McHugh made a statement through Mr. Schenkel later that the chief had been put on leave. That's all that had to be said, and that's all that should have been said under 91A. This is a serious issue. It could open us to litigation from the chief if he so desires. I would never have put any of that information out myself, and I think it's irresponsible for Mr. Schenkel to do it.
No, Mr.
Cyrek to do it. And I think it's also irresponsible for him to defend that position based on that he had to step in to give the people information that they needed when nobody else would. There was nothing that was going to happen Sunday if somebody knew that the chief was on leave for an investigation or not. There was no safety or anything else that was going to happen in this town by people knowing that. This has been a long process, and to have things like this happen that are sloppy, it's irresponsible. The town council has no power over the police commission. It's been decided. no business, no more business than I have commenting on from the budget committee. I think that Mr. Cyrek should retract his statement in the banner, in the union leader, and I think he should cease from making comments based on assumptions. Thank you.